Okay. I wanted to thank everyone for joining today. I get the question many times about, because I'm an expert in digital transformation, how does this impact the project manager's job and what the project manager's responsibilities are going forward? So this presentation that I had put together is really around what I call the cloud management office. And really that's where I see the PMO evolving to in the future. So in this presentation, I'll share a perspective as to how I believe that the firm's needs are changing due to the impact of digital technology. And we'll talk about how that traditional PMO is going to evolve to the cloud management office. Now, as you're sitting there and listening to this, you may have questions because your firm that you work for may be at different levels of evolution as they are adopting digital transformation. So if any of the concepts or phrases that I use is something that you have a question on, rather than get lost in the presentation, please, feel free to put forth your question via chat. The reason being, most of the time I found if one person has the question, someone else may as well. So don't feel shy about, chiming in or asking questions so I can go over a little bit more detail on any points that you may need help with. Okay, with that, we'll proceed. So the CMO, what is really the future? So we've seen so much changes in project management offices and the functionality that they perform as of recently, and most of that has been driven by the adoption of digital technologies. So if you think back, a number of years, the focus was always starting out with a good, sound business case. And in order to develop that business case, the project manager would coordinate resources and do a lot of work on their own to really explore, what is the level of effort, what is the scope of the project, and then to try and translate that into a business case that identified the benefits that would be derived as well as all the expenses that would be incurred. And largely because it usually resulted in technology being deployed on-prem, there was a huge part of it around what capital investment would be required in order to support achieving the business case. Now, with the move to cloud, we changed from CapEx or capital expense to OpEx or operating expense. And within that, the whole schedule of authorizations in a company is thrown off because normally the levels had certain levels of approval dollar-wise that they could commit to the company to. But as we're moving to OpEx, they've kind of lost that compass and that whole schedule of approvals and schedule of authorizations that they previously had. Also, beyond infrastructure project management, a lot was done around software development. But, recently with the advent of a lot of new solutions that are available via software as a service, a lot of the internal software development has been curtailed. And what people have done instead is simply gone shopping in the marketplace, find a package that does 80% or more of their requirements, and they've adopted a software as a service offering, and it's much quicker. They've removed the need to do the software development, and as a result, they could be up and running quite quickly. Now, that doesn't mean that software development isn't still done, but the software development that is done has migrated largely to cloud infrastructures. And normally that's done in two ways, first being infrastructure as a service, and the second being platform as a service. So again, all of these are new areas that the project manager must really come up to speed on and be able to be effective in this new environment. So as we're talking about the landscape changing, it's no longer about business cases and governing the capital investment. It's so much more. We have different areas of the company that, marketing and other areas can now go directly to a cloud provider or a software as a service, and they can basically go around the IT group. So this is what's meant by the term shadow IT. And with that going outside of the existing processes, there's that loss of governance that the PMO normally puts in place and delivers on behalf of a firm to control those expenses, where the company's applications and data is going to reside, the cybersecurity, looking at it to be consistent with the corporate architecture. All of that is something that the PMO has to adapt and figure out how to really be that resource organization-wide and firm-wide, including across things like shadow IT. So a large benefit that the PMO has been doing historically has been that governance, and they do so through corporate policies, effective vendor management, and now all of that has to be adjusted in order to cover the new cloud environment for the PMO to truly be effective in functioning as a CMO. So when we say what is a CMO or cloud management office, there are very mission-critical functions that a firm needs to effectively manage in its CSP relationship or with the cloud service provider. And really, that's what I'm advocating, that the CMO be the vehicle to do the stopgap on the change in process and procedures in order to deliver that governance in the new model that the firm finds itself. So that can be everything from managing the relationship with the cloud service provider, but in many cases, we're talking multiple cloud service providers involved in different solutions. And then there's numerous ways to procure the resources from the cloud service provider. There are different options available, from on-demand to reserved instances, etc. There's multiple pricing.
Hi there, I hope you enjoyed that last clip. My name is Michael Malutis, and if you'd like to watch the full 60 minutes of that last webcast, while also gaining complete unlimited access to our entire library of IT learning, simply visit our subscribe page at greatpro.org/subscribe. Unlimited annual access is $199 per year, but if you use the coupon code LEARN2EARN, you can drop that membership fee to just $149. That's less than $13 per month for unlimited access to over 1,000 hours of on-demand career development, covering the entire spectrum of IT management best practices, including business analysis and requirements, software development, quality and testing, risk management, process improvement, project management, and even digital transformation. But your membership doesn't just give you unlimited access to our vast learning library. You also get free access to our mobile app, as well as direct access to our network of over 300 of the world's leading IT consultants, all of whom are dedicated to putting practical knowledge at your fingertips so that you can learn more and earn more. I hope you will join me in becoming a member of the Great IT Professional and advancing your career with us. And if you're on YouTube, don't forget to hit that subscribe button above so that you get notified whenever we publish new free webcasts each week of the year. Thank you for your time and best wishes for your continued success.